Hi guys, it's your girl Magali. The topic of today's video is how to create a unique name for your baby. So if you are pregnant and you're watching this, congratulations. And if you're watching it on behalf of a friend or family members to help them choose a name, congratulations for them as well. So you may not know me because my channel is relatively new. This is the second video that I do. My baby's name is Diamond, so his name is Diamond after spelling of diamond. And I wanted to share this idea of how to create a unique name for your baby, because it's not many options that are out there for babies. Yeah, he's trying to sleep. So let's start then. How to create a unique name for your child. Now, the first thing first, what is a unique name? A unique name is mostly a name that will be kind of individual to your baby. It will be a name that is not quite common. There is nothing, don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with common names, but if you're like me, if you like me, and you like individuality, it will be a good idea to create a unique name. I guess if you're watching this, is you are looking for unique names. So the first thing to bear in mind when creating a unique name is the impact that the name will have on your baby all his life. He's not just going to keep the name as a baby, he will keep the name all over a long time. So you don't want to give a unique name, like, I don't know, that mostly a unique name should be something that is going to bless your child though. So the first thing to really bear in mind is how the name will impact the life of your child. So I've actually made some I've written down some points here so that I should make the videos quite straightforward and simple. Advantages of a unique name is that it has more chance of creating a unique individuality for your child. So that unique name needs to be a good one. Don't name him after him or her after, I don't know, like someone in history that had like really bad luck in everything that they did, or that was like very not friendly. Someone like Hitler, you don't want to name like your child Adolf Hitler. Okay, right. So yeah, now that we understand that the name of the baby has will have an impact on his life and how he's perceived by other people, then we can go forward. Right. So how to create then your own name? Where to find inspiration? To find inspiration to create a unique name is quite is a massive experience. To be honest, it's it can be very frustrating, especially if you really want something that is not very common out there. So you need to help you out to reduce the stress of this. You need to decide which blessing you want to bestow upon your child. What is the blessing? Is it the beauty? Is it grace? Is it success, courage, intelligence, etc. that you would like to bestow on the baby? So once you've narrowed it down to the specific, let's say, area that you're looking to for a name, it will be much easier for you. What you do next is you start looking for names. For example, if I want to call my baby Intelligence, now I need to, it's quite, if it sounds very strong in your language, like let's say in English, if I want to call my baby Intelligence, that is very strong. It sounds very strong, doesn't it? So what you can do is that you can you can Google, put on Google the intelligence in various languages. So it would give you all how to say intelligence in different languages, and believe me, you can find intelligence in a different language that will sound beautifully. Just take it. So now let's discuss how to create a name. How do you create the name? So you start looking at towns names. If you look at the history of those towns, what they are, what happens there, things like that, what is their popularity, what they are most renowned for. So it will kind of limit your area of search to towns, like names of towns across the whole country. Don't just look in your language. That is the thing. You can Google is a great search engine. You can put names of towns there and it will give you a list. You can just do it during your break at work, when before going to bed, during the day, whenever you have any free time. You will find something really pretty and unique, even if it's not in your language. If you see something that you like, make sure that you research about the town and see if it's a good area or not. If I wanted to name my child after a place or so, I would say London, because London is a fantastic place. Despite all the minor things, issues that are going there, every place has a minor issue going on there. So for me, if I had to name my baby after a place, it would be London or Chelsea. I do love London, Chelsea. Right. The second way of doing it is that you can mix different names. If you know someone that has a name, or your partner and you can create a name from both your either surnames, because it's not a bad idea, from your surnames, from your names. You can create a name like that from your first names or your surnames. My parents, they created a name like that to name their school. Back in Cameroon. My mom is called Suzanne and my dad is called Benoit, which are French names. And they mixed their name to name their school, and the school is called Béni Suza. Benoit and Suzanne, Béni Suza. How cute is that? It is. Right, so that is another way of doing that, to mix to existing name. It doesn't have to be both your names. It could be names that you've seen on internet or heard or whatever. Just mix the two names and come out with something. That is one way of doing that. Another way of doing that is to use a unique spelling for the same name. Sometimes if you don't have the courage to give your child a totally unique name, how you can do it is to change the spelling of an existing one. So for example, if the name Christina, yeah, Christina is usually with CHRI. For you can put it as CHRY. It will still be Chris, then Tina. Yeah, so that is one way that of twerking existing things, like changing something that is existing. So you can call like Christina, it will still be Christina, but written in a different way. Another aspect of it that you can use surnames. Yeah, people don't know that you can actually use a surname as your name, as your child's first name. That way people will be used to the name, but they might not have it as a surname. For example, Diamond is a surname, is a British surname. Did you know that? No. It's not a very common. There are some surnames here in England that are really, really nice, that I love. Like, for example, Diamond. And there is King. Yeah, King as in King is a surname here. And so you can use like that, or you can call them Smith as a surname. You can... yeah, so if you know a beautiful name that will sound as a surname, that if you know a surname, you can also use that. Right, so Mr. Diamond wants to say. Hello. 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 Right. Okay. So what will be the next thing to do? Right. So if you can also have inspiration, from foreign names. You can if you have friends from a different language, from a different. Okay, motherhood first, isn't it to do? Right. So on to the next. Right, so another way of creating a unique name will be you pick an object. You can pick an object like I did with diamond, or you can pick, it can be a concrete or an abstract object. So it can be something that you can see or you can touch, but you can feel. Like Beyonce did, she named her baby Blue Ivy, and she's not the only one calling her baby like that. There is Clementine, which is also named for nugget, which is a food. Olivia is also named from a food, from food. Oliver. So most of the names that we know around us are named from food or from object, or is simply a color in a different language. Yes. Another source of great names, like unique names, will be the Bible. The Bible is a great inspiration for names. Now there are names from the Bible that are ridiculously common. If you have that name, there is nothing wrong with it or anything like that. This is just if you're looking for a unique name for your child, okay? Some of the names in the Bible that are like a bit not that common. You have for boys, you've got Ezra, you've got Seth, you've got, I love this name, Ezekiel. Oh, that is just beautiful name, Ezekiel. That also is not used. You have Asher, which means blessed, so you can also use that. That's also a biblical name which is not commonly used. To end this video, I would like to say that it's when you want to give a unique name to your child, especially if it's a strong name no one have ever used before, yourself, or you'll see that many people will try to tell you, oh, I don't like that name, or they will tell you off for things like that. Oh, excuse me. My advice to you is like you don't have to listen to them, because it's your child. At the end of the day, you can name your child as you see fit, as long as you're not cursing them or naming them after someone who's done horrible things. It should be fine. But you should also try to understand, because when people are trying to if they hear a unique name, they usually panic, because it's the human nature. People are always scared of things that they don't know. They always try to back out of things that they don't know. The underground, the idea of the tube, the underground in London was created by one person. It wasn't a group of people who sat. So when that man, I don't remember his name, bear with me. So when I read that book like it was a little while ago. So when that man presented his idea, when he took his idea of the London underground, of building a whole underground traveling system, people were like, is something wrong in there? Or so they didn't take the idea straight from his hand and say, yeah, let's do it. No, it took about 20 years for them to realize that, yeah, this is feasible, and then this is actually a brilliant idea. It's not ridiculous. So I'm not sure if that man actually lived long enough to enjoy the fruit of his imagination. But so you should be prepared for something like that, especially if your name is really unique. But you should give your child a name that you want, but you should also listen to people, because especially friends and family members, they are not there to like take that power away from you. If the name is too unique, you might try to listen, not rule the name out, but try to bring it down a little bit or change it a little bit. I wanted to name my baby Diamond, not only Diamond, I wanted to name him the Diamond. Yeah, the Diamond. But when every time I told people that I wanted to name my baby like that, they told me, oh, they were first of all shocked by the uniqueness of the name, and then they would ask me why I wanted to name the child. Oh, the list why I wanted to name the child the Diamond was endless. So, and that was coming from my heart. It's not to show. I didn't care much what people wanted to say. As a mom, you know what name to give your child. You always know in your heart. Okay. So people, I have friends who are teachers, and they told me, well, as a teacher, your name will be too unique. If you call him the Diamond, the other children might make fun of him from the first part of the name, which is the, because there is mostly for object. And so I had to listen. It took me a lot of strength, yeah, to listen. I changed the name at the last minute. The last minute. And that is because my partner also told me that in school, the children will call him the instead of Diamond. They would not bother putting it together like the Diamond. They will always call him the, and he will get annoyed. So just for that reason, I changed it. Okay, so I listened, I removed the, and I call him Diamond only. So, but in my heart, he is the Diamond, because that is the name that I gave him. So sometimes try to listen. You can look at people's face. You can see if the person is just there to be negative, or if the person is jealous. All that you can always. I'm not sure if everyone can see it, but I can see it when someone is talking to me. I know if the person is jealous, is saying what they're saying because they're jealous. I know if they're saying it because they care. I know if they're saying it just because they are the type of negative people that are always negative. And hey, when you bring up something unique, people always fight back something they don't know. Okay? Yeah. But sometimes, yeah, listen. That is the end of the video today. So thank you very much. Let me know what you think about it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. My channel is relatively new, as I said at the beginning. This is my second video. It will be mostly around mommywood, videos like this. It will also include products or that I use for the baby or for myself.